be no corruption in the Social Health Authority as long as he is the president. Speaking in Kilifi County when he officially opened the Kilifi International Investment Conference in Vipingo, he pointed out that SHA has been properly organized to eradicate corruption that crippled the defunct National Hospital Insurance Fund (NHIF). And as Alice Diana now reports, the head of state has reiterated his administration's commitment to ensuring that Kenyans receive full value for their contributions to the healthcare system.
President William Ruto has assured Kenyans that his government is determined to eliminate corruption in the country to ensure Kenyans get value for their money in all sectors, including health. Ruto has vowed to end the corruption menace that has eaten into the now defunct National Hospital Insurance Fund (NHIF).
I want to assure the country that the challenges of fraud and corruption that had bedeviled the NHIF, they will never be, as so long as I am in charge, they will never be in our universal health coverage plan.
Speaking during the official opening of the Kilifi International Investment Conference in Vipingo, Kilifi County, the president dismissed claims of fraudulent procurement of the National Equipment Service Program from which counties will buy hospital kits. He said the procurement process was carried out jointly by the Ministry of Health and county governments, with no county compelled to sign contracts with any of the 7 contracted suppliers.
We have costed the equipments, we have costed the drugs, we have costed the services with experts. The procurement of any equipment, the one that I see people talking about in the media, there was a procurement process. It was carried out between the counties and the national and the Ministry of Health. There is no obligation on any county to get any equipment from any supplier. There is no one supplier. I think there are 7 or so suppliers, and there is no obligation on any county. Anybody who says they were forced by the national government to sign whatever contract, those are conmen.
At the same time, he noted that the Kilifi County International Investment Conference demonstrates that counties are becoming key drivers of Kenya's social-economic transformation. He announced that Kilifi County will host 200 industries at Vipingo Free Trade Zone, a move expected to create jobs and boost regional economy. He also expressed his support for the investment conference, emphasizing its importance in positioning Kilifi as a leading investment destination in Kenya, East Africa, and on a globe scale. Additionally, the president reaffirmed his commitment to enhancing tourism, the digital economy, agriculture, and other crucial sectors for economic growth in Kilifi County.
Beyond industrial growth, the national government is committed to revitalizing the tourism sector, both in the coastal region and across the country. Tourist arrivals in 2024 are projected to reach 2.5 million, up from 1.4 in 2022, signaling the dawn of a new era of excellence in Kenya's tourism industry. With an ambitious target of attracting 5 million tourists in the next 5 years, we are implementing innovative policies such as the visa-free entry program, which simplifies access for international visitors and solidifies Kenya's position as a premier global destination.
The Mining Cabinet Secretary Hassan Joho urged Kenyans to refrain from spreading negative information about the country, pointing out that such actions deter potential investors, while his counterpart of trade Salim Vuria highlighted the government's efforts to create a favorable environment for investors, citing ongoing infrastructure development as a key enabler.
So that we can monetize our content creation. The country must be built by hard work. It must be built by commitment. And therefore, for us to realize the potential we have, number one, government can create its support infrastructure or infrastructural support. But oftenly, what changes the game is private equity when it is injected in our economy.
Investment also comes with the enabling environment. And part of what you've already done, Your Excellency, as part of transformation, you have profiled this country, Kenya, globally as a very progressive country, as a country where we can have a critical mass of all of us to change not just Kenya, but the entire Africa. And that you have done, Your Excellency. You have also created an enabling environment economically by making sure that the shilling has stabilized against other foreign currencies.
Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
So much, Alice, for that story. On the sign language interpretation tonight is Boniface Murithi. Let's continue. And the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, has called on motorists to exercise caution during the festive season to help reduce road accidents. The IG has revealed that a multi-agency security team has been deployed to crack down on unroadworthy vehicles, with police officers on a leave recall to enforce operations. The IG has assured the public that security measures will be heightened throughout the holiday period to allow Kenyans to celebrate peacefully and safely.
182 people who have lost their lives as a result of road carnage this year. These are not just statistics, but human lives which have been adversely affected as a result of road carnage. And in this regard, we are appealing to all motorists to approach the festive season with a changed behavior.
Advocacy groups have maintained that they will not relent until justice is served for the Gen Z youth who lost their lives at the hands of the government during the anti-government protest. While addressing the press today, representatives of the human rights advocacy groups reiterated their unwavering commitment to ensuring accountability for the loss of lives during the anti-government protest. The affected families continue to demand answers, hoping that their advocacy efforts will lead to meaningful action.
We must ensure that we get justice for our Gen Z. We get the culprits who we know they are state and they are corporate actors to be able to account. I'm saying this because I think towards 2027, it is the Gen Z who are going to determine how we are going to proceed. But if justice is not fostered and accountability is not enhanced, it means it's going to be very difficult for them to come out and keep on organizing.
The massacre by our courts of the rights of the people, particularly on the right to public participation. And I say this with a lot of sadness, because when we look at certain institutions that should be the last bulwark for the people of Kenya, and you say the people are bullying you, you need to be defended from the people. I say, come on, who do you think you are?
Embu County healthcare system has received a major boost after receiving a donation, ICT equipment and medical supplies worth 5.3 million shillings from USAID Jamii Tekelezi program. Program Finance Director Moses Mukua has said the introduction of the equipment is meant to enhance accuracy of diagnostics and improve timely data monitoring for patients.
The introduction of this equipment will enhance the accuracy of diagnostics, improve timely data monitoring, because we have a lot of computers. We also have phones, we have tablets that we are giving today. We have some other equipment for screening for cancer. And at some point, Your Excellency, we will take you to the table just to give you a sample of the equipment that we are donating today. This successful partnership, as exemplified by the county mentorship and transition model, highlights the importance of joint planning, because we plan with the county, the CEC and his team. We sit together, we plan with them, and then we execute. As we move forward, we are committed to supporting Kenya's health goals and working together to address emerging healthcare challenges, ultimately ensuring a healthier future for the people of Embu County.
Na nataka kushukuru sana to Jamii Tekelezi for finding it fit to partner with Embu County, and in particular the Department for Health. We are very, very grateful for that support. We appreciate that partnership. We have looked at the budget again to ensure we meet the gaps that are there. We are going to be employing more doctors very soon. In fact, we should be able to be done in a few. We are going to be promoting others as per our agreement with the unions. And we are going to be looking at all the challenges that we have been facing to see how we can overcome them.
And the Association of Kenya Elders and Education Stakeholders in Taita Taveta County have called on the youth and the general public to enroll in the newly introduced gemology course offered at Taita Taveta National Polytechnic. This follows a labor market survey conducted by the Melanite Development Agency in the region that established gemology as the most preferable and appropriate course for the locals following the high level of unemployment and availability of gemstone and industrial minerals.
It is very interesting to note that through the Young Africa Works program, we now have state-of-the-art equipment for value addition for jewelry making, casting, lapidary, and so we'll be able to do value addition here in Taita Taveta National Polytechnic and then get the market to sell the product and channel back the returns to the community.
I had initially heard about gemstones, but I didn't know anything. Neither had I interacted with the gemstones. But when I came to school, I was exposed. I've even gone to the mining sites. So I know where they come from. At least I know the process of how people can get the gemstones. And I've also learned the other processes that come with the gemstones before it's being used in a jewelry.
Since I came to this field, I have realized why. For you to get that raw stone from the mine, to unearth it, it is a very tiresome and very dangerous thing. For you to process it, for you to put it as a jewel, it is not an easy thing. So it entails a lot of skills, a lot of expertise, and for you to buy that knowledge, it is not a cheap thing.
The native in this country, we as ourselves, at least one thing, we need to embrace gemology as a course and embrace gemstone and be more of that the zeal and the passion to tap the potential so that the gemstone can eradicate the poverty and all what it entails because of the nature of it.
We came in to solve that community problem. And this was through a survey which was done by labor market survey. A labor market survey done by MEDA, Mennonite Development Agency, which discovered that gemstone
Now, the stalled peace talks for South Sudan have resumed in Nairobi, marking the latest effort to resolve the long-standing political crisis that has crippled the country's economy. The negotiations involve the government of Juba and opposition groups that were not part of the 2018 agreement, which ended the civil war. Efforts to end the conflict had hit a deadlock after President Salva Kiir dismissed government delegates participating in the talks. A new team was appointed to represent the government but failed to travel to Nairobi twice. While the 2018 agreement remains partially implemented, South Sudan has postponed its elections to 2026, citing challenges with voter registration and an ongoing economic crisis. It is exactly 20 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with the business and the sports news. Stick around.
This week on Hope Devotion.
Our sins can hinder our prayers. Sins can hinder the face of God and the ears of God not to hear our prayer.
Join Pastor Anthony Kinyua as he shares the Word of God on the topic, Living a Victorious Life in Christ.
There is God in heaven who is able to do everything. In the book of Matthew chapter 19 verse 26, Biblia inasema pia kwamba with man this is impossible, but with God all things, mambo yote. But Joshua and Caleb believed in the Lord, and they said that though they are giants, though they are bigger than we are, we will conquer them.
Start your day with Hope every morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Hope TV. Look and live.
Hii krisi majanja wata stream on na DSTV Stream. Stream on the good times with DSTV Stream. Visit dstv.stream to sign up and start streaming.
Na feel home na Sarah. Zari. Sarah Hassan.
Stream on the good times anytime, anywhere with DSTV.
Catch Sitam Special.
He's the God who raised up Moses in a palace only to use him in the wilderness, and raised up Joseph in the wilderness only to use him in a palace.
Young person, God is at work within your heart. What does it say? He is at work. It's him who is at work in you.
If you are going to be successful in the service of God, it calls for sacrifice.
We get to appraise what God is doing, and by his invitation, partner with him.
Come on, keep moving. He's inspiring you to challenge that which seems impossible.
What he would require of us is to declare, send me Lord, regardless of our background.
Only on Hope TV.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Thank you for choosing Hope TV, the channel that brings you hope, entertainment, and inspiration. We value you and would like to serve you better. Talk to us by scanning this QR code on your screen, or go to our social media page at Hope TV Kenya and click on the survey link by the name Hope TV Survey. It will just take a few minutes but means the world to us. We value your feedback. Hope TV, look and live.
For staying with us. Now, Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Dr. Andrew Mwihia has disclosed that the government has adopted a consultative engagement approach with agribusiness players to foster accelerated agricultural transformation for national growth. Now, as part of the consultative engagement, CS Mwihia has said the Ministry of Agriculture is progressively hosting monthly ministerial roundtable engagements with stakeholders in the sector as it seeks to enhance operating and policy coherence for enhanced yields.
Kakuzi, we have been able to interact with them, and what we have seen is how they have been able to manage their operations, especially on growing avocado, macadamia, the blueberry they are trying to do, and the livestock in a sustainable way, where they are managing the water, they are managing everything, which is tracing even their carbon and social responsibility also. So it's a well thought out operation, and is an example which we would like, as a minister, would like other companies, agricultural companies, to emulate in terms of how they manage their operations. The space they are occupying, the products they are doing, especially avocado, I know they are big exporters of avocado, and there are various challenges which they are facing. One of the major ones is, apart from issues, challenges in production, is about how to transport the avocados to the market. We know what has been happening in the Middle East, and most of the sea freight have not been able to use the Suez Canal and other routes. So they are using a longer route in the southern, to the tip of South Africa. And that is causing a lot of challenges to exporters, not only mainly in this region. And because it is taking long, about extra 15 days. And the freshness of the produce is not guaranteed when it arrives in Europe. So that is a challenge, and is a global challenge which is affecting us all. What we will do is make sure that we also shorten the time, which inland transportation and all that logistics, so that we save the number of days which are being able to do that. So we will be helping, we will be working with them.
Football Kenya Federation presidential election candidate Doris Petra has said that a robust grassroots football development program is underway that will prioritize the growth of youth and community football through the training of coaches and coach educators across the country. According to Petra, so far the program has trained hundreds of coaches with plans to reach even more counties in the coming months.
To train more than around 8,000 coaches all over the country. What I intend to do about coach training in the coming years, the coming time, we need to now go down and make sure that every county has trained trainers, because you must have a trained coach, physical coach trainer. You must have a technical coach trainer. And then there are so many cadres that has come up now, like the goalkeeping, nutritionist, security, doping. We need to cascade. We need to bring down those things and do it within the county, so that within a county they can do their own activities, not relying on the national office or coming to Nairobi to be trained. We train you where you are by people you know, people who have inspired you, so that you can train locally within your jurisdiction, but supervised by the technical department at the national office for purposes of certification.
Preparations for the upcoming second edition of the Chepsaita cross-country race are now in the final touches. The race, which is scheduled for this Saturday at Chepsaita, Uasin Gishu County, is expected to attract at least 10,000 athletes drawn from 15 countries. According to the local organizing committee, World Athletics has already ranked the race in the gold level, which allows athletes participating to accumulate points that will be added to their other global events.
It's a very challenging course, but the most beautiful course in preparation for the season ahead of us. And we find out that this is one of the best courses ever designed around, going by the standards, the natural standards that are here. We say that when you participate in Chepsaita, you already participated in a world event. Chepsaita will be used for ranking for the gold level events that are there by World Athletics, and therefore anybody who participates in Chepsaita will automatically earn points in World Athletics ranking of the events.
We'll be having more than 15 countries that have already registered to come. As part of the regulations that when you are given a gold level, then you have to have a minimum number of countries that will be taking part, so that we can maintain that.
Preparations are okay. I have seen the route. I've actually gone round the entire route this morning, and so far so good. Of course, there are some final touches to be done, which is very good. And at this level, the gold level, we expect a lot.
With that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. Really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Keneddy Kimani, and on the sign language interpretation tonight has been Boniface Murithi.